Like, you see a homeless person, everybody like either turns away from them or like walks around them. Ask them if they need help. Ask them if they want something to eat. You know, something like that, because you really don't know what's going on in their lives. I lived on the streets and lived in shelters on purpose because I didn't have nowhere else to go.
He's actually using bricks and stuff to build, you know, his tent, his area where he lives, stuff like that. He's gone to the next route of making it more durable for these conditions that he lives in.
It's hard to get people to understand that these are people. You know, they have the same basic needs that we do. It's not, you know, it's not like they're animals out here. They're individuals. They all have stories. There's reasons why they're here.
I didn't think that I would ever end up in a tent at 47 years old. A college degree, had good jobs. But, you know, that's how it happened. It could happen like in a flash. It could happen to anyone, really.
Everybody has good intentions with helping individuals who are unsheltered. Everybody has the empathy and compassion. But homelessness does not stop when it rains. Homelessness does not stop at 5 o'clock in the afternoon when you're going home.
Tent City is not the only place that is affected, but it's sad that we know it's there. However, nobody's doing anything about it. These are our siblings. Like, how do you walk by, know that this is happening, and invest in a dog park? I don't get it.
I believe is that it's easy to disregard, right? So as you're walking down this beautiful Hamilton Street with all this brand new development, eating your $65 lunch, it's real easy to walk by the guy that's standing on the corner with the sign saying, "I need help."
We have young people who are now winding up in Tent City, whether they have issues of abuse at home, so they decide they're just going to run away, and it's better for them to live out on the street than to stay in their homes or even with friends at times, maybe out of embarrassment. So we do have a situation that's growing, and we definitely as a community need to have a better response to what's going on down there.
We just try to help each other out as much as we can. We do have our disagreements, but they don't usually last long.
But living down here, sir, is hard. You see what I mean?
It's hard.
I mean, yes, a lot of us will stay here, but come live down here with us for a day or two, and then you can go back up there to the City Hall. And say to them, this is what they do. This is how they make it.
So they need to know that when you call, you're going to actually do what you say you're going to do, too, because too many people lie to them, too many people promise and overpromise and then underdeliver, and they don't deserve that.
People don't like to talk about any issue that they feel they can't do anything about. And the sad part of it is there is a world of additional things that can be done for the homeless and just aren't being done.
If somebody could give something to you to help you out, what is it that you would need?
The assurance that we ain't going to get thrown out of where we're at now. Because a lot of us are looking for places, but that takes time through housing. Sometimes it can take up to 3 years.
The city of Allentown has, and I may be off by a number, roughly around 44 parks, right? So if we have these other states who have built tiny home communities and have been successful, and there's a proven track record and a proven data behind it, why can't we take one of them and give it to the big boy organizations who are gonna donate these tiny homes? So we'll lose one park, but we'll gain a brand new community who, once they are working, will bring back an economics back into this very same community.
There's this racism, I'll say, for lack of a better word. This is racism that exists that uses language like the dependent class, where people are being judged for needing support that have worked hard their whole lives. I mean, when the people that are living around Tent City are not lazy, shiftless folks that refuse to contribute. These are people that have contributed their entire lives and have ran into some difficulties.
The fact of the matter is most of us that are out here really don't want to be out here, but we have no choice.
Day after day, night after night, they wonder if they'll have enough to survive. The richest country in the world has a homeless problem. How? We lack initiative, we lack compassion, and we lack love. We must change the way we talk about the unsheltered. We must change the way we think of the unsheltered. Only then can we truly help the unsheltered.
I don't want to reinvent the wheel. See that face there? That's a familiar face.
I mean, I'm not sure exactly where this money comes from when it comes to grants, because I don't ask for it. Operation Address the Homeless doesn't ask for grants. We work with the community. We build a relationship with the community, establishments, businesses. We show them the change that we can create with $0. Simple commitment from each individual that's involved with OPE is the reason why it has been successful. It wasn't money. Never has been. We had to create one. We opened up so that they can shower, get haircuts, do laundry, eat a meal while they're waiting, get clean clothing, new clothing, boots, everything according to gender, size, season. They also get evaluated to where we can figure out what kind of help they would need dealing with them as individuals, and being able to call on certain friends that are part of other nonprofits that are currently working with us in the beginning stages, at least, to be able to address every problem that the homeless community faces.
The city's woke. It's not an option. We have to help our siblings. We have to understand that most of the city, including myself, are one paycheck away from being a Tent City resident.
Nani Quadrado, and I'm a physician assistant program director for Lehigh Valley Hospital Street Medicine. So I think if folks that were homeless didn't have the services that they need and had to go to the emergency department because there was nowhere else to go, that starts to add up for a community to support that. And so I think this helps by avoiding that.
So Ripple Community Inc. is 4 years old, so the nonprofit is relatively new, but we actually grew out of a church called Ripple that's been active in Allentown for about 12 years. And we have two primary programs that we run here. So one is a day center, which we call the Community Building Center, and it's a center that's open to the public, open during the daytime, but that primarily serves people who are experiencing homelessness or who are just socially isolated for one reason or another, and who really kind of need a place to come and connect with other folks and build some relationships. The community center is also a place where other partners that we work with really closely in the community, including the street medicine team. There's a group of nurses that come. There are a variety of other organizations that kind of work with our same clients and who are able to come here to the center and have this be kind of a safe space for them to meet with people. And then the second program that we run is called the RCI Village, and that's our permanent supportive housing program. And that is a long-term affordable rental housing program where we work with people who have struggled with homelessness or housing instability, provide them with safe, healthy, affordable housing, and then also kind of wrap them with different supports and services to help make sure that they're successful in their maintaining their housing.
every single person in Allentown, from 100 years old down to kindergarten, can do something to help the homeless, can help in some way to make the lives of a person less fortunate than you better. We are never going to have a zero homeless population in a city of 121,000 people. But what we can do is reduce it to its absolute minimum and make sure we take physical, mental, and spiritual care of the people that are not left behind.
Now I know what you're thinking. What am I looking at? This is Hope Village, Allentown's safe haven and rehabilitation community. This is the place where our homeless get the opportunity to get their lives back on track. 20 tiny homes, each home houses 2 people, a surrounding community garden to help feed the community, a walking path for daily exercise, multiple washrooms for all of its residents, a pavilion, a dining hall to enjoy a hot meal or two, and a dumpster to dispose of any waste, an on-site health care center, a laundry room, maintenance to keep the area tidy, and storage buildings for their possessions. Hope Village has everything our unsheltered residents need to repair their lives. We have the solution, and we can do this.
We've basically destroyed Tent City. We've forced that population to move elsewhere. What we need to build for our unsheltered population here in Allentown is that community, that sense of community that we robbed from them, that we've denied them through indifference and a lack of social services. And I think that the Pallet Home Initiative here in the city is cost effective. It's extremely efficient, it can be quickly assembled, and it's going to allow the city to meet the needs of tens of unsheltered residents in a really quick period of time before the next winter gets here, and provide them with that dignity, that shelter, that sense of stability, and that community that they need in order to thrive.
This proposal is really important because it gives individuals who are unsheltered and unstable an opportunity to break the codependency cycle of relying on government facilities, agencies, nonprofits.
That's what these people need. They need the comfort of knowing that they have somewhere to go at the end of the day. That alone will allow these people to get their life back on track. That's one thing less that they have to worry about.
If we can bring all of this together in one area, that is where we're going to succeed in stopping this revolving door of homelessness, this cycle, this vicious cycle of homelessness. We need to stop this cycle. And the way you do that is have services in one spot, a one-stop shop, if you will.
This tiny homes plan and ensuring that everything is in one centralized area makes it easy for these people to get all the help that they need. Ensure that they can get out there, back into the workforce, back to their families, back to their old lives, where they can be productive once again.
We're talking about being able to provide everything, from laundry service, meals, hot meals. We're talking about a kitchen, a dining hall for them to sit down like people. We're talking about programs, life skills, job training, all kinds of therapies, and I mean, this is going to be a one-stop shop kind of location to be able to help somebody really get through their tough situation at the moment, and be able to become someone that we can look at being successful in the future.
Having mental health services and addiction services and other health services in the tiny homes community would be helpful, because if they're walking to a service and they feel triggered, they could relapse. So having it close would minimize that travel and minimize the chance of a relapse.
I think that a city, a society, and a community is judged by how it treats those least among us, those most unfortunate, and it really is time in Allentown to act now. We have this tremendous initiative. We have all these neighborhood organizations coming together, pledging their support, pledging to do their part to care for the unsheltered. Allentown has to step up in this moment and display moral courage and be a leader, and actually put its resources and its technical know-how to work so that we can finally put a place and create a place where the unsheltered can go to receive the treatment and care that they need.
This is the way. And you have people that have been through this, involved right now. Experience is your best teacher. When someone has been through the same thing the people that are going through, you know, and those same people are trying to help them because they've been through that. I believe that's better than a person that has been raised without ever missing a meal, just because they read something about it. This program is going to allow every one of you to be able to break that cycle and be able to come back to normal. Because you no longer have to sleep with one eye open. You no longer have to carry your little cart with all your belongings or come back to your tent with your things are missing. This is the way for a permanent solution.
Plenty of organizations and individuals are working with our homeless. Nonprofits like Operation Address the Homeless and Ripple are showing us all how a little assistance can make a mountain of difference. This epidemic we face is our responsibility to correct. Together, as a city, we can all do something. If you have resources, offer them. If you have money, donate some. If you have food, give it. If you have clothing with no use, lend it. We all have a role in this battle, but if we're all pulling in the same direction, there's no way we can lose.